nurse, and when you come through my hospital, don't worry, I'll let you.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh my god!
All your family members, and this is all on recording?
On October 11th, 2025, a Magnolia police officer pulled over 3 5-year-old. Crystal Tadlock, an ICU nurse honored in 2021 with the Daisy Award for Compassionate Care. Expecting a routine stop, this officer was mistaken. He was about to face arguably the most troublesome person in all of Texas.
Hello. Hey, ma'am. I'm Officer Casanova, Magnolia Police. Reason for the stop, ma'am. Speed limit is 50. You were doing 66 miles per hour, okay? Any reason for that speed?
I didn't even realize I was going 66.
Yeah, you were going 66. Where are you coming from tonight?
I'm coming from a concert.
Where at?
The Woodlands.
Okay, you just heading home right now?
Yeah.
Who are you on the phone with?
My husband.
All
or
right.
my partner.
Okay, well,
we have a baby.
Okay.
I dropped my friends off and I'm heading home. I'm a nurse.
Quick question. What time do you get there at the concert?
I got there at 8.
Okay, and what time do you start drinking?
I had 2 drinks.
Okay. What time do you start drinking?
Maybe 10.
So you got there at 8, you start drinking at 10?
Yeah.
Okay. How many drinks do you have?
I had 2.
How many alcoholic beverages? Let's put it like that. What type of alcohol do you have?
I had a beer and wine mixer.
Can you tell me 10 ounces, 15 ounces?
Less than 10.
Okay. Okay, well, I can smell a strong odor of alcohol smelling from the vehicle and your breath. You have bloodshot, glassy eyes. You have slurs.
Can you come get me?
Let me finish. You have slurred speech. So I'm gonna run you through some tests to make sure you're okay to drive.
Oh my god, please. I'm
Okay.
a nurse.
I
work
understand
in
all
ICU.
that.
I've been doing this 10 years.
If you don't mind stepping down out of the car for me, please.
Yeah. I do so much good for this world.
Okay. Yes. Look at the light. Look at the green light. Follow it. Follow with your eyes, okay? Go right here. You're not following the green light. Keep looking.
Well, I just had that shot.
I understand.
Next was the walk and turn test.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what I'm gonna have you do, you're gonna take 9 heel-to-toe steps down this line. Once you reach your 9th step, turning yourself back around, and you're gonna take another 9 heel-to-toe steps down this line. If you understood the instructions, you may begin.
You ready?
I'm ready. 3. How many is that?
Just had that shot yesterday.
Okay. Are you done?
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1009.
Okay, you can stop now. You said beer but with wine. That's what you told me earlier.
Yes. So it was like a mixed drink.
Of what?
I haven't drank in a long time because I've been breastfeeding. And
Okay.
so I quit breastfeeding about a month ago. So
Okay.
I'm very careful because, I don't want to do too much too fast because I have a small baby, and I'm a nurse.
Okay, I hear you. Alrighty. So what I'm gonna have you do, ma'am, right now is put your hands behind your back, okay? You're going a few details. Let me double lock them so they don't lock on you. Do you want your shoes?
Where am I going?
To jail.
Am I really
Yes,
going
ma'am.
to jail?
Do me a favor, just go
Yeah,
with me.
I would like
Okay,
to.
I'll bring them. Just have a seat. Left foot
Hold
first.
on. Like, what's the
Let
reason
me-
I'm going
okay.
to jail?
Okay.
Because, hold
Do
on.
me a favor.
Sir,
Get
hold on.
Get in the car. I'll answer all the questions you want.
I
Get in the car, please. Left foot first. Watch out.
Wait, you're
Watch
pushing
out. I'm not
me.
pushing you.
48, checking over.
Why are you taking me to jail? Shouldn't you tell me the reason you're
Yeah,
taking
give me
me
1
to
second.
jail?
I'll play out now in just a second.
But wait,
What's up?
am I going to lose my nursing license?
I have no idea. I don't deal
No,
with any
it's
of
okay.
that.
It's okay. I just actually do a lot of good for people.
Okay.
So what about my cell phone and my car? I've never been in this position.
Okay.
So you're kind of just like throwing me in a car and I don't know anything. Why are you so...
I don't think I've been nothing but professional with you.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, I'll be playing an audio. Make sure you listen to it.
I know. That's because ICE hasn't picked you up yet.
You were under arising out of acts alleged to have been committed while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place or a watercraft while intoxicated. If you were operating a motor vehicle and you refuse to give the specimen or provide a specimen that shows you have an alcohol concentration of 0.08 or more, you may be disqualified from driving a commercial motor vehicle for a period of not less than 1 year.
You don't have a warrant!
Alrighty, do you understand what was just read to you?
No, I don't.
Can I play?
You cannot go through my car without a warrant. What are you doing?
Do you understand what was just read
No,
to you?
I don't.
I'm gonna be playing for you one more time. Okay?
Play it all you want. Where's my f***ing phone? Can somebody go make sure my door is shut? Because you're not allowed to go through my car without a search warrant.
I'm not?
Yeah, you're not.
Why not?
Because you're not. No one, right? Isn't that the rules?
That's a great question, and the answer is no, that's not the rules.
Okay, well that's great because you're half American.
I'm full American.
Well, that's great. I love
I
that.
am full South American, by the way.
Love that. Where are you from? Brazil?
Maybe.
Haha, it's so funny, bro. You're laughing at the window. Well, I'm a nurse, and when you come through my hospital, don't worry, I'll let you die.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh my god!
All your family members, and this is all on recording?
What hospital? What hospital? So I never go there, man.
Yeah.
What is it?
You can say that on recording? What hospital, so you never go there?
Yes,
you can say that.
You're literally saying that you're gonna let me die.
No, you can say that? Ha 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 ha. What hospital? You can say that?
Yes. Do you not hear me?
Yeah. Greater Heights, don't go there.
Ooh. What? Greater Heights. I don't know if that's a hospital. I have no idea. She's a nurse, though.
Memorial Hermann? Yeah, it is. It's a hospital in Greater Heights.
What's your supervisor?
I've worked there for 7 years in the ICU.
7 years? ICU?
Why are you being such a...
Because you literally just said you don't want me there because you're going to let me die.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not that great of a person. I mean, come put on my shoes so I'm not so uncomfortable. Like I just told you, I had an eye injection yesterday that literally messes with my perception.
Why are you so mean?
Because
Why are you so mean?
because I'm not drunk. Because I'm not drunk. And I have a newborn that I'm trying to go home to. This is my...
You should have thought that before.
I'm not drunk.
Right?
That's the problem.
You're not drunk?
That's why I'm so mean. Because I'm not drunk. And I had an eye injection yesterday that I have proof for. So that's what sucks about your decision to put me in the back of your car. I have something called Leber-Millary aneurysms.
I'm sorry?
I have something called Leber-Millary aneurysms. Leber-Millary aneurysms that affect the periphery of my right eye. And I had an injection for it yesterday called Vibismo. And I get it every 8 to 10 weeks. I'll go blind when I'm 80 or 90. So thanks. I guess I shouldn't be driving at all. Why are you such a... Your life sucks, dude. Making $70,000 a year.
What was that?
I said your life sucks, making $70,000 a year. Being a cop pulling people over for speeding when they have a vision problem.
So you're allowed to speed when you have vision?
Yeah, exactly. I'm allowed to speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So great. I can pull over. I've never been arrested for speeding. I've sped many times and been pulled over.
As a matter of fact,
and had a ticket.
As a matter of fact, in Texas, you cannot be arrested for speeding.
Oh, well.
Just so you know.
So I'm arrested for what you think is called drunk whenever I have a periphery problem. And the longer you sit here and wait.
It's called driving while intoxicated.
Driving while intoxicated whenever I'm not going to blow in a machine for no reason. No, I'm not.
Why?
Because I'm not going to. Because everybody knows not to when they get pulled over, dude. It's on all the documentaries. Don't blow, don't blow, don't blow. Even if I was straight, even if I wasn't, even if I was not anything, even if I was, even if I wasn't, even if I was, even if I wasn't, even if I was, even if I wasn't. I'm not blowing, bro. Okay, everybody knows not to blow.
Okay, bro.
So y'all, they just allow you to sit here and be. They allow you to fight back.
I'm sorry?
They allow you to fight back with.
Fight back? What do you mean?
Yeah, like you're allowed to talk back to your clients. Like me as a nurse, if I have somebody talking to me like this, I don't say a damn thing. I just keep my mouth shut. So that's why I'm surprised. You as a cop, you just keep arguing with me.
I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah, you are. You're talking. You're saying some.
I can just stop talking to you.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
And you just call my. Where's my phone?
Can I stop talking to you?
Where's my phone?
Can I stop talking to you?
Where's my phone?
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Why the is he going through my car? Why the is he going through my car? Because why the is he going through my car? You
Can you please stop screaming?
No, I cannot stop screaming because you disrupted my mother life.
That's very loud.
I don't give a.
Oh no! Stop screaming.
Oh no! Oh no! Stop screaming! Stop screaming! I have so much authority. I wear a badge, dude. Why the is he in my car? Why the is he in my car? That's my personal property. You have no idea what you're coming. What's the is your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Oh, you can't multitask? Oh, what a bro. You're a man. You can't multitask. That's the exact problem. I'm a man. I can multitask. No, you can't. My husband can't even multitask. Bro, you're. Why the is he in my car? This is so funny to you.
What are you doing? You want me to put you in restraints? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Trying to read my rights, bro. I just had a injection and you provided me information that I can't read.
I asked you.
I can't read it because I just told you. I see Dr. I saw him at 3:15 yesterday and he injected me with a medication called to help me see.
Oh no, that's not.
Oh no, that's not very nice. Oh, I'm not gonna get in trouble. Oh no, you have a lawsuit coming your way. Oh no. My excuse is to turn up loud music because I can't handle criticism because I am wrong. I've literally had no problems with cops, but the fact that you're not white is my problem. So rush me there, get me the out of your car fast. You don't even have an accent of an American. Your cop car smells like weed. I'm reporting that. Looks like he's going 90 miles per hour to take a white woman who is not even drunk to jail. Pay attention to the road. You're texting and driving. You're putting my life at risk. Stop. You're putting my life at risk. Stop texting and driving. You're putting my life at risk. Shut the up. Stop texting and driving. You're on the computer. Stop. I have a child. You're putting my life at risk. Not Christmas. Mexican or Cuban or whatever the Hispanic you are. It's so crazy how I have patients who literally, I just saved their lives and their husbands are lawyers and they'll be happy to protect me.
The initial stop was constitutionally clean. Under Warren versus United States, decided in 1996, any traffic violation an officer can see provides lawful basis for a stop, no matter what the officer's underlying motivation might be. Tadlock was clocked at 66 in a posted 50 zone along Farm to Market 1488. Speeding alone is enough. But the speeding was only the doorway, and the officer was about to walk through it into something far worse. The pre-arrest questioning was lawful too. The Supreme Court ruled in Berkemer versus McCarty back in 1984 that roadside questions during a traffic stop are not custodial. Translation: the officer can ask, "Have you been drinking?" without reading anyone their rights. And Tadlock answered, 2 drinks, a beer, a mixer, started at 10. Every word she volunteered would tighten the case against her, and the legal pressure was about to escalate fast. Probable cause to arrest was built under the totality-of-circumstances rule from Illinois versus Gates, decided in 1983. The Supreme Court rejected rigid checklists. They said weigh everything together. So consider what the officer had: odor of alcohol, bloodshot glassy eyes, slurred speech, 2 failed field sobriety tests, and her own admitted drinking timeline. Stack them, and the answer is obvious. But it was about to get worse, because her composure was about to crack. The blood draw was procedurally precise. The Supreme Court ruled in Birchfield versus North Dakota in 2016 that blood tests for DWI require a warrant. Texas Transportation Code, Chapter 724, authorizes that warrant pathway when a suspect refuses a breath sample. Officer Casanova played the statutory warning, called an on-call magistrate at midnight, and got the order. The blood evidence was secured the right way. But the blood was only one of 2 threats now closing in on her career. Tadlock was charged with driving while intoxicated under Texas Penal Code 49.04, a Class B misdemeanor carrying up to 180 days in jail and a $2,000 fine. But the actual consequences moved faster than the courthouse. Within 48 hours, Memorial Hermann Greater Heights suspended her, then terminated her, citing patient and workforce safety. The Daisy Foundation removed her award page. Blood alcohol results remain pending, and Texas Board of Nursing review status is unknown. So, were the officer and the subject graded fairly? Officer Casanova earns an A-. The traffic stop was constitutionally clean. The field sobriety testing was textbook. The implied consent procedure start to finish was precise. Most impressive was the composure. Despite sustained verbal abuse, racial taunts, and a passenger seat threat aimed at his family, his voice never rose. The grade is held back from a full A only by minor pacing during the statutory warning, when interruptions went unchecked instead of firmly redirected. Crystal Tadlock earns an F. There is no other defensible grade. She drove impaired. The car struck a concrete barrier, and a red light came and went during the 40-second stop sequence. 2 of 3 field sobriety tests failed. After arrest, the threats began first against the officer, then his family, with the hospital and unit named on camera. The racial remarks followed. By the time the recording ended, a decade-long career was over, and 3 lessons follow. The first one is about silence. The most damaging evidence in this case did not come from the breath sample she refused. It came from the words she volunteered. 2 drinks, a beer, a mixer, started at 10. Every admission narrowed her defense, and every one of them was given freely before she was even out of the car. When stopped for DWI, the right to decline drinking history questions is exactly that, a right. That brings us to the breath test. Refusing it does not stop a DWI prosecution. It just forces the state to switch lanes to blood evidence by warrant. And in Texas, magistrates issue those warrants by phone at midnight, routinely. The folk wisdom of everybody knows not to blow misunderstands the law. Refusal triggers an automatic license suspension, and the blood evidence almost always arrives anyway. The last lesson is about the camera. Tadlock asked on the recording whether she was being recorded, and she was told yes. She kept going. Every threat, every racial remark, every admission was preserved on multiple cameras from multiple angles. The roadside is not a courtroom. The back seat of a patrol car is not a courtroom either. Arguments belong in front of a judge with a lawyer where the rules of evidence apply. What grade would you give this officer, and what grade would you give this nurse? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.